Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Talladega Super-Speedway for heat number 1. 10 laps of racing action. Cautions are off. 18 drivers in this heat. Question is, who will win it? Who will move on to the main, which is the DraftKings 500. Anybody can win here at Talladega. Could one of these drivers here in this heat have a shot at winning the race tomorrow is a big question. A night race it'll be here at Talladega, the end round number 1. 38-lap event that will be. Anyway, focusing on the heat race for now. You got Sean Harple, Nicholas Samudio in row number 1. Michael Cavanero, Philip Tringali, row 2. Ryan Shea, Chris Carando, row 3. Michael Rogers, Logan York, row 4. With Kevin Peeler and May Ryder in row 5. Again, the top 9 finishers, that's half the heat field, advance to the main race. As after this weekend, we will have 6 chase drivers eliminated, but those 6 eliminated will still be locked into every race. That is the privilege they earned, racing hard for 38 races to get in the chase. They deserve to race all 12 chase races, even if they won't be in contention for 9 of them. So as these guys will come off of turn number 4, we'll get ready for the green flag. We have seen some big crashes here with small numbers of cars on the track. Most notably, Daniel Carneiro's crash back here a season or 2 ago for part-timers. So this track has had some big crashes in its day. We have not seen what it will be like with this mod. So we're about to see that now. Green flag is out here in heat number 1. Who will advance to the main? Also, this is the last time we will be running this version of Talladega. For those that do or do not know, Little Leaf fan, he's a NR 2003 community guy. He makes some good tracks like Pensacola. We raced on. He made that track. He is releasing a new Talladega coming this weekend. That is his scheduled plan to do, is to release it this weekend. And it is completely revamped and way more accurate than this track is. So the track will be seeing different racing next season. And I think I'm actually going to do 2 Talladega races because of that reason, so we can see it early in the season and know how it'll be later in the season. So Sean Harple leading right now here in heat number 1. I kind of expect one crash, but I'm hoping they can keep it clean, since there's no cautions on. But Sean Harple, Kevin Peeler, the top 2 drivers right now. John Lanaire's on the bottom. Carol Morton, Tony Green. As they're going almost 4 wide as Kevin Peeler peeks to the inside of Sean Harple to take the race lead. Now John Lanaire's to the bottom with Carol Morton. And John Lanaire's was actually second place driver in the Daytona 500. I was going back to watch some of those as, whoa, they're going 4 wide. I was watching that and it just came across to me, wow, John finished second in the 500. And they are going really crazy here right now, guys. They're about 4 wide, 2 rows deep, 3 rows deep now. They are not going to keep this for long. Spectator camera is the best camera to watch this at. This is crazy. They're still 4 wide. Watching helicopter camera. They are 4 wide in 2 rows here. They're 4 wide for the race lead. They have not lasted 4 wide for very long in the past. Especially when they come into turn number 1. As I move my mic a little bit. Yep. They're doing a very good job, though. I'm surprised they're keeping it together this long. This is some crazy racing for the top 9 here. And they're still keeping it together. Oh, Alan Cavanero, Ryan Shea looked like they might have made some contact. Ooh, Alan Cavanero. Oh, man, this is nuts. Ryan Shea to the race lead. They are still 4 wide. Logan York to the race lead was very unhappy last week at Dubai. Having good results right now. I'm sure he's happy he's not back here in this mess. As it looks like they'll settle it back to 3 wide racing finally. So they finally settle it back to 3 wide. They were 4 wide for about 3 to 4 laps there. I'm surprised they were able to keep it clean and going. Logan York now your race leader. And Logan very far out in front of Tony Green. Tony Green also won on a super speedway this season. That was at Pensacola, which we were talking about a little earlier in this heat race. Drivers that haven't won in their careers definitely want to make this race because they know they have a shot at winning their first career race. So Sean Harple, Logan York, 2 of those guys in good spots here. Same goes to Andrew Rich and Philip Tringali. They're doing a very good job keeping it clean now. It does not look like there will be an accident. Unless things get really crazy in a minute. And Logan York had a 41-second lap on the dot. Philip Tringali's got the fastest lap. 2 laps to go here in heat number 1. I think I'll be able to stretch it to 1 clip. Yeah, I'll be able to do good to go. Andrew Rich moving up to 2nd place here. Drafting behind with Logan York, Sean Harple in the 77. And they're 4 wide again. They are 4 wide again. That's Carando, Michael Cavanero. If they wrecked now like this, if they had wrecked in that turn, it would have been craziness. 4 wide coming to the line. White flag is out here in heat number 1. Who is in the top 9? I see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9th place last time was Karen Vieira. 7th place driver is behind. 3 wide for the race lead, John Linares. But the question is, who's going to make it? They're 4 wide. Sean Harper with the outside run's going to get the W. Who makes it in? Kevin Peeler gets the... No, it's not Kevin Peeler. Colby Alves gets the last spot. So Sean Harper wins. Michael Cavanero, John Linares, Nicholas Samudio, Logan York, Ryan Shea, Karen Vieira, Nathan Rogers, and Colby Alves will also advance to the main. And I will see you guys for heat number 2. Okay, guys, we're back here getting ready for heat number 2. We got Peggy Bowling, Kerry Davis, Edwin Mendez, Chloe Baker, Michael Beeson, Jim Warren in the third, Cameron Gaddu, Brandon Mellon, Ben Goldberg, and Dylan Young in the top 5 rows. Who will we see advance this time? Will we see a crash? Usually, if Heat 1 is calm, Heat 2 is craziness. But in this case, I don't know how much more 4-wide racing action we can get. So the pole sitter of Heat 1 ended up winning Heat 1. That was Sean Harple. I'm not sure if that will happen again here. Edwin Mendez already to the inside of the 45. Has help from Michael Beeson. So which drivers could we see advance here? Now, I'd say Adam Rogers has to be a favorite. Adam is a super speedway genius. And if we don't see him advance, then it'll be an interesting race. Actually, it's interesting with him even in it. Dylan Young running the Miller's Genuine Draft Scheme for one last time. And now Peggy Bowling, with outside line help, gets around the 4 and goes back to the race lead. Now that's crazy right there. Now we had 4 wide around this point in heat number 1. And so far they're still keeping it 3 wide. Ben Goldberg going to look for the race lead. He hasn't been able to race on Daytona yet. He will next season. But Talladega is sure to be a good eye-opener for him. And Peggy Bowling again getting a huge draft from Kerry Davis on the outside. As we've got our first 4 wide situation. So still back down to 3 wide. It was Ace Rogers that was put up 4 wide. As these 2 Dodgers here, Peggy Bowling, Kerry Davis, seem to have something going because nobody can seem to get by them. Ben Goldberg is 3rd, Ace Rogers 4th, James Morton 5th, Chloe Baker 6th, Beeson 7th, Robert Rogers 8th, with Cameron Gaddu moving up to 9th. As they're actually single filing out in this heat compared to the other heat. And now Bowling finally gets past. This time it's by Kerry Davis. Now does Ben Goldberg and Ace have enough to stay under the 74 and the 43? As they do. That outside line that has a much better approach off the turn, however. As we can, I'm looking right now, and that outside line is already going about 4 miles per hour faster. Oh, I think Kerry had it. Yeah, they say Kerry Davis had the lead at the line. That's ridiculous. Goldberg still in the middle. Goldberg no help though. Baker on the inside. That puts Peggy Bowling 3 wide now, and the Dodge teams just got separated there. Well, Peggy Bowling's not a teammate anyway, but they come to 4 to go. Kerry Davis is now the clear leader. No other Dodge helping him out. I don't know why. I almost said her. We got Caleb Hoffman up here in that number 61 Beezer Ford. As now Hoffman to the bottom with Beeson, and Kerry doesn't have any real draft support here. That's going to allow Hoffman to go by into the race lead. And it seems they can manage to keep it clean racing here with 18 cars, so I'm sure we're going to see a big one early on in the main race, the DraftKings 500. But otherwise, it's sure to be a good show. And now Kerry Davis is back to the outside. Edwin Mendez moving back up to the front. 2 laps to go here in heat number 2. Caleb Hoffman is the race leader. Peggy Bowling has fallen all the way to the back of the field. As you can see, the top 5 right here, Robert Rogers, Kerry Davis already moving back up to the front. Here comes Dylan Young. Teammate Cameron Gaddu on his outside. White flag is out. Let's see who's in the top 9 this time by. Dylan Young is 7th. That puts Ben Goldberg 8th. And Gaddu is down to 9th. So Cameron Gaddu is the 9th place car. This is what we want to worry about right here, is who is in 9th place. And Gaddu is not getting a good draft on those guys. Beeson went way up high, 3 wide. Adams up to 9th. Adam Rogers is the 9th place car right now. Could it be Beeson, though? Beeson pulls a block. Adam Rogers, Cameron Gaddu. Adam makes the race. Adam Rogers gets the final spot. He joins Michael Beeson, Kerry Davis, Ben Goldberg, Dylan Young, Robert Rogers, Edwin Mendez, Chloe Baker, and Caleb Hoffman into the main. So we will see the legendary super speedway driver Adam Rogers in the main, the DraftKings 500, and I will see you guys then.